You encounter them 9 months out of the year on your way to work and sometimes on your way to school. They're school buses, and the state of Alabama has some new laws that deal with what you should do when you encounter a school bus. Trooper Charles Dessart is here from the Alabama State Troopers to tell us more. Trooper, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me. Yes,
is that what I call you? Do I call you Trooper? Do I call you Trooper Dessart? I just don't want to mess up.
Trooper Dysart.
Trooper Dysart. All right, fair enough. What's new with school bus laws?
Well, the state of Alabama does have a school bus law, and it states if you are on a two-lane highway, and that two-lane highway is separated by a dotted line or a solid line, traffic in both directions are required to stop when that school bus puts out its stop sign and flashing lights.
All right, and it looks like we've got a graphic up there. So that's going to be the street that most people drive on.
It is.
A regular old two-lane road. That could be in your neighborhood. That could be anywhere around town. All
Correct.
Right. Now, what else do we have?
In addition to that, if you're on a two-lane highway that's separated by a turning lane in the center, traffic in both directions are required to stop. If you're on a four-lane highway and you have that center turning lane, traffic in both directions are required to stop. If you're on a four-lane highway and you have a dotted line or a solid line, traffic in both directions are required to stop. There are exceptions. If you are on a four-lane highway, in that four-lane highway, the opposing lanes are separated by a concrete barrier or a grass median, then traffic only following the school bus is required to stop.
And that would be 4 lanes or more, I'm assuming.
Correct, yes.
So like McFarland Boulevard, would that be an example of the exception? On
McFarland Boulevard, if there's a center turning lane, then traffic in both directions are required to stop.
Really?
If there's a center turning lane, all traffic in all directions are required to stop. The only exception is if McFarland had a concrete barrier or any type of barrier in the middle that separates the opposing lanes, or if there was a grass median.
Gotcha.
Then traffic only that's following the buses will be required to stop.
So as a general rule, if you see a school bus and it's stopped, if you're behind it, you're stopping regardless.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Absolutely.
if you're coming the opposite way, opposing traffic, whatever it is you guys call it technically, you probably need to go ahead and stop anyway, correct?
Well,
the only time that you wouldn't is what now?
The only time that you would not stop is if there's a concrete barrier in the median that separates the opposing lanes, or if there's a grass median.
Right.
I don't want to tell the public to, if you're not sure, to stop anyway, because there may be traffic behind you that knows the law and knows that they're not required to stop. And if you stopping in traffic, you could cause a crash yourself. If you're not sure, just try to get over on the shoulder and let that be the only time that you're not sure. Research it after that.
There you go.
That way you'll know for sure, because that traffic that's approaching you from the rear, if you're stopping and you're not required to, it could cause a crash.
There you go. Somebody's going to run into you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. Now, what was the change here? Was it that last bit that you told us, or those sound really familiar to me? What were the changes that were in there?
I don't know the exact changes, but that's the way the law is today. That's how it is now. I said I can't quote those changes because I'm not that familiar with it.
Okay. All right. I just wonder if maybe over time, the diversity of roadways that we have in our state has probably expanded some. So that last one, a little bit surprising to me, but hey, if that's the law, that's the law. And again, that is a median or some kind of divider there. But if it's got turning lanes, that's not the case, correct?
It's not the case. You're required to stop.
Gotcha. All right. So McFarland would be a situation where you definitely stop.
Stop in traffic, yes, sir.
And then, but if, it's just grass, like, say we get further out on 82, over in Northport,
yes, sir.
Past Northport, maybe out past the airport, and you don't have turning lanes, and it's just grass in the middle. That's one where you would not stop, correct?
Correct.
All right, super. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up.
You did.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with us today, and I hope I didn't confuse you.
No, sir, you did not.
All right, good deal. You can find out more about the new school bus laws online at alsde.edu.